Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura. So today we have two replays. One in the T29 and the other in the T29. One with me and one with somebody else. Yeah, sounds about right. This is back when I was in Harm. Maybe going back to Harm, don't know yet.
Time to roll out.
And so everybody's like, but you have simp tags, that's awesome. I said, the only reason I have simp tags is for a Silver League team that I'm probably not on anymore. But we'll talk about that later. In the meantime, I must be a robot or an alien. Huh. Let's see what we can do with our good old friend, the T29. I enjoyed this tank. I really did. It was a lot of fun. People were looking at me like, T20, I've never seen T29s be particularly good. I'm like, well, yeah, you have insane turret armor, and if you use it properly, you're basically invulnerable. Which on this match, I have no artillery to worry about. So I'm like, I don't have to play already safe. I can do whatever I want and get away with it just about. So, hello A44, how are you today? I like the side of your turret. It's chewy and tasty. And as you guys see, I'm just basically making sure to only expose my turret and to that snapshot. God, went so far to the right. It was too perfect, RNG. Thank you. But I'm basically trying to make sure to only expose my turret and only the front of my turret. So I'm trying to keep the sides of my turret covered up. And then I go, well, if they're not going to fight me for the hill, the worst nightmare in a pub match is a top tier heavy on mines on the hill. Because now you have the devastation of a heavy tank gun moving around in a place that it can basically shoot anywhere on the map. And so I lock onto this EZ8 and let him have it. ELC, you probably shouldn't have played so aggressively, but now I'm going to use your corpse as a bullet shield. And I see the enemy T29 and I go, well, you... Oh, come on! Those moments when RNG just goes, nope, screw you! And you go, oh, but RNG, seriously, what did I do to you? And with the massive gun depression, I don't have to even peek over very far to be able to shoot that Churchill in the back of the head. So it's all about just using the gun depression of an American tank. This Stuart Emil, this is comical. He thinks I'm going to peek over far enough for him to actually shoot me, and, well, I'm just going to go shoot your Churchill friend while you're not paying attention, and then you're going to bounce off my turret, and that's how we're going to play this. You have me tracked. You're cute. Are you just going to sit there and keep me tracked, or are you going to go for a damaging shot? You're going to go for a damaging shot. You know what's about to happen. Yeah, I don't need to go over the edge. It's already taken care of. Besides, there's an enemy T29 behind me who needs to go be dealt with. I wanted to cliff dive on him, but then I realized I needed to stay up here, because I looked at my map and hesitated and went, no, 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 I need to stay. I need to turn around and engage this other enemy heavy. And the top tier medium that's coming up here. Which Gold Talons, my platoon mate from a fan platoon day, does an excellent job of. And then I go, you're tracked. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? You're gonna shoot your dead friend. That's fine. I'm gonna shoot you back there near the engine. I'm hoping to hit the fuel tank, you know, set you on fire. Don't have to expose myself very much, and he's done. Because the thing with the T29, you have no hull armor. Hull armor is not your thing. It doesn't exist. which can be quite annoying at times. Hello, Mr. Not gonna get the Firefly. Am I gonna get shot at the Chi-Ri before the timer ends? Nope, I missed. That's the end. We capped them out on an encounter, which is something very rare to happen. Now let's move on, and we're gonna see the T29 in an environment in which it is not the top tier tank, but is the king of the battlefield. You have to remember that T29's turret is stupidly thick, 259 armor, plus the sloping of the turret, plus the gun mantle for the flat part of the front. It's really hard to pin that. And now we're facing tier 9 vehicles. This is Halodba. I think I pronounced your name right. And yeah. He's in a fully upgraded T29 with the 105 gun. And he's on airfield. And he's looking at Jagdtiger's Tortoises E75s. Oh my. Not to mention the Levees and the T34. But he does have 2 marks of excellence on his T29, so he knows how to use this tank. And hopefully his 34-1, even though it's a low tier medium, will actually connect. Yep, there he goes. So how does this battle play out? Very interestingly, I would hope. We're going to find out. There are a couple stock tanks rolling past him. The VKA back there had the stock turret. But he's not concerned with that. He's actually realized there's only one enemy artillery. And it's an American artillery, which means it has a very, very low, almost Soviet... The Soviet's the lowest, but the American's not far behind it, arc. Which means that if he's in a depression, that American artillery really can't hit him. If you want arc, you go with British and German and those artillery. If you want in the middle, you go with French. If you want no arc, but lots of firepower, well, the Americans and Soviets have you covered, but their arc's really bad. And he knows this, and he's going to go up here and play medium territory. Medium and light tank. Oh, God. Bulldog, you played that too aggressively. And it cost you. It cost you bad. I'm sorry. E75 gets really aggressive and takes it in the side from 2 tanks. I don't think he's going to want to do that again. Pershing, silly Pershing, T29 turret, indestructible. Even from the side, this turret bounces shots a lot. It's kind of obscene how good this turret is. I keep talking about it, and it really is. It's just damn, it was damn good for me. The T32, the turret's not as good. And I'm like, what's going on here? I thought I upgraded tanks. Hello, Love, who's camping your own base. I really don't think that's the place for you. But Halu, I'm just going to call him Halu for short because that's a really difficult name for me to pronounce for some reason, takes advantage and then backs off because he realizes that he's kind of outnumbered, and he's looking over to his right on the map where he sees this huge enemy force that could easily start to push. And has backed off also because he's realized, I'm a heavy tank in the open. Artie is probably licking its lips. I best make sure Artie isn't aimed in my direction. A shot from the T-34 at him. That seems like an awfully bad mistake. T-34 still aimed at him. And T-34's gun is not known for its accuracy. But neither is the T-29. They are American guns. They tend to have issues shooting straight. Perfect side scrape. Girlfriend's dancing. Perfect side scrape by the T-34. But now he faces front on, and the T-34 just eats a shell. And his return fire doesn't do anything. It misses hugely because he apparently waited too long to fire. Now, something you have to remember to do is get unspotted, because it does take people's computers a second or two to render. And if you're unspotted, you can get into positions they don't expect. If you're not unspotted, well, you're already rendered, so everybody can just shoot at you. And the T-34 is trying his best to get a side scrape angle to shoot in here. And Halu is just being very patient, waiting for the T-34 or the E-75 to make a mistake and back into his line of fire. Which, there it is, right up the arse. That E-75 won't make that mistake again, but the problem now is the E-75 has to sit further towards his allies and therefore more exposed to the close range fire. I think he was trying to snapshot the Super Pershing and didn't. Enemy E-75 is down. He's still in an engagement with this T-34, and it's just... neither of them has a shot that can really hurt the other one, to be quite honest. The T-34 is in a good side scrape, but can't shoot back in that side scrape, while at the same time, if he does shoot back, the T-29 is in a hull down position. And you can't hurt the front of that T-29 turret, so they are literally just kind of in a staring contest. Oh, that was a unfortunate bounce for Halu. That should have gone in quite easily. Now his team is down 5-8. This match is not looking particularly good. The enemy T-34 has snuck across, and Halu is trying to seek a target, and there's one right there. Just appeared. He didn't kill him before the T-30 was destroyed. He needed that gun. Enemy Pershing, who's a one-shot. Oh, something you have to learn about those American mediums. They have no side armor. Poor Pershing. He was doing right to turn to face, because that was his best chance to bounce, but seriously, they have no side armor. Oh, he's got a lightweight up there that could be a big issue, and does penetrate him quite easily through his side of the hull there. But he's keeping his turret towards the majority of his enemies, trying to, you know, back them off. He sees the T-34 poking out and decides it's worth the shot. He's looking at that commander's hatch. The T-34 knows it and is moving his turret, but wow! Just threading the needle there to get that one in. That poor T-34. Gotta be pissed off about that. Now, an HE shell would actually destroy the T-34 right now. T-34 misses the 29's commander's hatch, but Halu does not miss at all. And now he's coming out to engage an extremely dangerous opponent. I've had a Tortoise. These things are brutally insane at the amount of damage they can throw out very quickly. In addition to the fact of the 200 millimeters of sloped frontal armor. But he does have a 704 coming up to support him, as well as the WZ-132, and his entire team is jumping the Tortoise. The T-54 lightweight, I would have thought, would have engaged some of the low health enemies and gone for a kill shot. Instead, he's concerned with the 29. That seems like the wrong opponent to engage there. You had two enemies you could have potentially one-shotted, or even, you know, taken the 704 out. 704 has dealt with the Tortoise and the 69 now. Wow. They've started to bring this back, and then Artie strikes. The most potent gun they had is gone. Somebody's really pissed off at that T-54 lightweight. I mean, really pissed off. Calling it a roach. God. It only has a 100 mil gun. Nice shot. Just flat out. Nice lineup. Nice estimating your aim zone. And just good shot. Now the Ag Tiger is spotted by his allies. And he moves out and plants one right into the lower plate. RNGesus said yes. Is all I'm going to say with that shot. But now that there's no Artie to worry about, he doesn't have to deal with the artillery. He can sit in this position nice and happy, hold down, and blast away. But there's only a lightweight left. Whew, this has been one hell of a hard-fought match, and he's switching back to AP rounds after this shot. He did switch to APCR for the Jagdtiger to make sure that he could pin the lower section of this hull. Because if he hit the upper plate, he has a chance of bouncing, but with APCR, you can kind of just shoot through the upper plate even with the T29's gun. Which, by the way, get used to this gun, because you're going to use it on the T32 as well. Ooh. 54 lightweight comes in and kills his ally, and the Indian Panzer is now in a death fight with it. Wow. 10-point high roll does in the Indian Panzer. That leaves Halu versus a lightweight. Ooh. The lightweight can outspot him, can outrun him, but in a flat-out brawl situation will lose, because that 29 right now just has to get one hit. In addition to the fact the lightweight is actually going to have to take the time to aim some of his shots, because otherwise he's going to bounce off of the frontal hull armor, because I've seen IS-6s with the same penetration and a larger caliber gun bounce that front hull armor if they aimed it wrong. So he's actually in a good position to move in here, get on cap, and then use his Indian Panzer friend as a bullet shield. So now there's only one direction the 54 lightweight can come from, and he's got that direction spotted. Otherwise, he's got cover. He actually turns his gun the one way the lightweight can come from that he doesn't have cover. Because if you look, he is surrounded by buildings, and the Indian Panzer Corps is in the most perfect position for a hull-down fight. That lightweight has to come and get him. And he spotted him for a brief second there. Had him lit. Oh, why did you give up that beautiful position? Oh, you're going to back into more buildings. Now, the defect here is the lightweight could outplay him by maneuvering and cheap-shotting him if he decides to stay on cap. The good news is the lightweight doesn't have the ammunition because it only carries 30 rounds. Yeah, we saw this in a previous video, didn't we? Didn't we see this in a previous video where I ran out of ammunition? Only carries 30 rounds. Ooh, there's a shot. That building is not shoot-throughable. Uh-oh. But the 54 lightweight has to back out into an open field or come into his gun line. No, don't sit on cap. Go get him. Go get him. He's right there. Go get him. Oh, you're both one-shots now. That was your chance to be the hero. This is now down to the wire. Oh my god, is that an upper? Wow, how did that 54 lightweight get that angle on his rear engine deck to penetrate it? I'm sorry, the rear engine decks are pretty thick on these American tanks. For that to penetrate, either that's an APCR from above or that's just a really good shot angle. Because we've all been there. We've all been auto-aimed at the back of an American tank and bounced the engine deck because we hit the upper side of the engine deck. We've all done this. I know we have. He is circling. He's got to figure out where he's going to come from. And oh! Ooh! Pull the trigger first wins. Oh, God. Down to the wire there. Ah, what a match. So, let's take a look at the final stats for these two battles. First one, with me driving the T29, I achieved a high caliber, racking in 2,700 damage, roughly 70% more than my total hit points, and 2 kills. In addition, this Gold Talons and his Comet almost did double his hit points and damage, and Mr. Black and the Jackson did not do bad as far as his contribution. So this, or no, where's my other one? Oh, Tack, you gotta get better than that Tigger. You gotta get better than that Tigger. 12 shots fired, but again, inaccurate American gun, so 3 of my shots did nothing. One of them on the side of the Churchill turret, I was kind of surprised that didn't penetrate, but the others, I'm not shocked at all. Again, American turret, nearly invulnerable. 3 shells hit my turret, did nothing. The one that hit my hull is the one that hurt me. And that was from the Saint Emile underneath me. Very short, quick and dirty 4-minute match. Holodba got his Ace Tanker badge on this match. Now, I'm about to show something shocking. He did 3,200 points of damage and didn't get a high caliber award because the Optic 704 did 4,500. Congrats to the Optic 704. Congrats to the Yag Tiger and the other guys who were doing well in excess of their hit points and damage in this match. You really helped carry this team, especially with, well, the Suicidal Bulldog and a couple of your teammates who weren't able to contribute much of anything. The enemy team also put up a very stiff resistance, and Shackler, you know how to drive a 54 lightweight, I gotta admit. 20 shots fired. 2 of them completely missed. 5 bounced. 13 penetrated. I'm running a program. You shouldn't worry about that. Thank you, Windows. Yeah, I'm running a really high bit encoding, so that comes up from time to time when the computer gets hot. But, wow, 3,200 damage in a Tier 9 match. Not a bad match. Now, his APCR ammunition did cost him enough credits. He didn't make any, but if he did have a premium account, he would have made credits. But that's your personal financial ability, and I offer no judgment towards whether or not you have premium or not, but those couple APCR rounds did cost you. Walks away with 2,978 experience. That's awesome. Just flat out. And he traveled almost 2 kilometers, which is kind of impressive for as slow as the T29 feels. And he shot a lot of enemies. He was very self-aware of where the enemy was and continuously relocating his turret to put rounds out. So, hope you guys have enjoyed these 2 matches in the T29. I will be moving on to something more interesting tomorrow, I hope. The only live stream this week is on Saturday, and I will be doing it with another YouTuber called Psionic Arrow. That is because I will be traveling, and I don't want to set up a live stream when I know that I'm going to have to take down my computer and pack up and get ready to go. So that live, you guys will actually see me back in New Jersey getting ready to go to school on, I think, Friday? Friday. Yeah, Friday. Friday or Saturday. In the meantime, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video. But this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now. And bye-bye, guys. See you soon. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, why not click the like button? It would really help the channel and let me know that you're enjoying my content. Want to see more content? There's a subscribe icon right there, so you know when I put up videos. I would appreciate it also if you help grow this channel's community. So share this with your friends or just put it up on Facebook. Want to help Fiaura out directly? There are 3 ways you can do this. One is the patronage page, which all the investment towards I put right back into the channel through contests and paying for things like video editing software. Then there are 2 ways to support the channel directly. One is click the ads that YouTube shows you. This is how YouTube pays its content creators, by your clicks on those advertisements. The other and last way to support the channel is through fan funding that is now available through Fiaura's channel page. If you happen to have an extra $1 or 2, it would really let Fiaura know that her videos mean something to you. Anyway, please check out these other videos here on the end page collage, and as always, I will see you on the battlefield or in the next video. Till then, this is Fiaura signing out.